Hi, my name is Cindy Rang.
I'm Brianna Motzkis, and today is FabriChat.
Good morning.
Hi.
So first things first, we want to start by saying how thankful we are for your friendship. I mean, it really does mean a lot to us. You know, we went through all of this last week when we talked about the auction, and that, you know, our friends are here for us when, you know, we're banding together to do something nice for someone. And last week was really hard on us, especially on Brianna. Benelli was their old rescue dog that they had made the decision to, she was so uncomfortable and in so much pain that she went to live with Jesus on Wednesday, and then unexpectedly Ruger got sick, and Ruger did not pull through.
Yeah.
So he was in the ER, and I was emailing people and messaging people back that he did finally make it into the hospital on Friday night and finally Saturday night.
Yeah. It is only 12 hours. So it's been pretty hard.
So super hard to lose any pet, certainly, but I think to lose two in 3 days is hard on a family. Let's do our little Margo technique. Put your hand on your heart. So Margo is my... That feels better, doesn't it?
I'm gonna have to go talk to her because
you need a Margo minute.
I don't think I've ever experienced this kind of grief or hardship, and
Keep holding your heart. It's hard because, you know, we love their family.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, you feel like you lost a child, and your heart is broken. And we all feel it, you know. So many of our friends said that they're crying with us, and we've all been through that. And so many of us that, you know, have made, not us, but so many of our friends have made the decision to not have pets again because they can't go through it anymore. And I'm not of that mindset at all. It's the same thing with children, you know, that opportunity to love someone so much and be loved, you know, by that person or by that pet. What a special opportunity. And, you know, that's the price of love is grief. And it's worth it. It's worth it. Yeah. Doesn't that feel better?
yeah, it does.
Grief is physical. Grief is a physical thing, and that's where we feel it, is in our heart. And to hold your heart and to hug you, and, you know, everybody out there is saying, hug her. But it'll help, and, you know, it's just, I think the thing with grief is no one can tell you how to do it. Everyone is different. You're going to feel it for as long as you feel it. You're not going to be able to rush it. And
and poor Robert, he's pretty tough. I mean, every once in a while things get him all teary-eyed, you know, because, you know, Ruger was our first kid. We've had him for almost 11 years.
you had him before you were married.
Yeah, and he went everywhere with us. Everybody knows him. Everybody knew him, and it's just so hard to go to certain places and see certain things, and you get all, I'm ready. I'm not ready right now, I know, but, you know, just like with Fred, eventually we'll go to those places and have really fun stories, and they won't bring tears, but
pretty soon the grief will be replaced by fond memories.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
And poor Robert, can I help you? Can I do anything? I know, you just gotta, I don't know. I just gotta cry. I don't know. So he's trying really hard, and the kids try hard, but I feel bad because I'm having a hard time sleeping, and, you know, my fuse is a whole lot shorter on them, and I feel like I apologize a lot to them. And then I'll break into tears. Mom, why are you crying? And, it's fine.
Well, I suppose it's not helpful if you're not sleeping. It's not helpful that your body is a raging hormonal mess.
I know.
And so, but...
And that's what I said when I first went into the clinic. And we went to Cascade Medical Clinic in Wenatchee. They were amazing.
Rave reviews.
They, Dr. Alphin was there. We were... I had called before I left the shop, knowing at like 3:30, knowing that no one locally was gonna call me back, because I kept thinking, well, maybe you should go to an emergency, and it's like, yeah, but can I pay you the emergency visit? Like, I even told Dr. Brown's office, who's my regular doctor, is I'll pay him whatever. If he's done at 2:30, that's awesome, and I can either call his cell phone for an emergency at 2:45, or why can't you just tell him? You know, so I was a little let down by some of my local ones, but only because I always feel like, especially with Ruger, I feel like we know our dog so well. He's been through his broken
jaw. He's been through his tumor. He's been through
parvo. He's been through all of it. And so I was kind of let down. So I finally at 3:30 called, and they were giving me the rundown and the prices. I said, it doesn't matter. I said, we've waited all day, so the money doesn't matter to me. And so I went home. I grabbed the kids. I went home, talked to Robert. He was kind of hem-hawing. He's like, oh, he's just really sad. I said, I know he's sad, but it's not the same kind of sad. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. And so I called them back, and I said, hey, we're going to take, it's supposed to be an 8 o'clock appointment. And they kind of went back through what was happening. And he called me back within 10 minutes and said, the doctor wants you to come in now. He said, she does have a few things going on, but she'd rather get blood work going or whatever. So by the time, what you would be here, we would already have a plan. So I really appreciated that she just said, just bring him in. We'll at least do a blood draw and get that work going. And I went in and I apologized to her because I said, I'm a huge mess. I said, so it may take me a while to get through all of this, but she was fabulous. She did such a good job. The receptionists were fabulous and compassionate and super great. And she didn't even have to go in on Saturday and see him. And she went in, she said like 5 or 6 times just to check on him. There were doctors there already because they run all weekend because they're an emergency clinic. But she wasn't on that week. She wasn't on Saturday or
on duty. But went in anyway.
She went in anyways, and we had talked that he was a family dog. So she even took her 4-year-old son in just to sit with him, thinking it might help him having just a little extra attention from a little person. And she did really, really good. Kept me updated, but sadly it was by 6 o'clock. Saturday night, it wasn't a good review anymore, and we were hoping that we could go and just rally him up and help him get the boost he needs to keep fighting, but it was really bad when we went in and saw him. So we felt like the last thing he needed to see was his people if he wasn't going to make it, because he didn't have the greatest chances to make it through the night. So we made the hard call that I really wanted him to know that we were there. The one thing I think everybody wants for a pet or even for a loved one is just to fall asleep with great dreams and not wake up. But I worried that if he was thinking, well, where's my people, that I didn't want that to be his last thought.
That idea of dying alone, that was always it.
Yeah.
When I was in nursing all those years, that the number one patient on the floor was that one that we didn't think was going to make it through the night. And no one... And your pet, you're right. That idea that at 1 o'clock in the morning, his last thought was, "Why did they leave me here?" Right. So, and pancreatitis was what the final diagnosis was.
Yeah, really bad infection, and we can't. And he was a blue heeler mix, so he's that stoic breed that he could have been sick for 2 weeks, and he just never showed it. Last Saturday. Ruger, Robert, Bonelli, and Robert's dad went up to the cabin. There's a slash pile that our friends have that they were picking up some wood. And Robert's like, that was the weird thing. He was like a spring puppy. Chasing anything, chasing everything, digging, eating, drinking. He said it was no big deal. So that was the craziest thing within 3 days. It had totally changed. But having a breed like that who doesn't really, show pain or show fear.
Muscles through it.
Yeah, it creates that hardship. But yeah, so that's also why box opening went up on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because I had 12 hours I didn't sleep, and I don't know, didn't want to live that day, and respectively so. But yeah, because Mom texted me, she said, hey, the video's up and everything's up, and I'm looking. Yeah, it's all up.
Yeah,
everything's shoppable.
Saturday.
And she's like, it's only Saturday. Like, oh, I don't even know. And then probably 20 minutes later, I was talking to the vet for an update, and we were talking about sending off some samples. And I swear I was talking to her on Sunday. Because I said, well, do they even
do that on
Sundays? And she's like, oh, it's Saturday. Like, I knew that because 20 minutes ago I was reinformed that
time is just sometimes irrelevant.
Yeah.
You know,
So,
and that's
and you guys didn't seem to really care.
It was
You're
funny
kind of
because
excited.
I didn't know what to do because people were texting me going, wait, and everybody,
Did I miss a day?
Not everybody, but I'll bet 20% had the same, did I sleep through a day? Wait.
What did I do yesterday?
Wait. And they said that they kept looking at their phones.
Yeah.
What is the date? And then I thought about, well, gosh, maybe I should turn it off to not freak people out. But that didn't make sense either. So, you know, and then you kind of feel bad because people that are used to it being on Sunday, it wasn't on Sunday. And then we sold out of those, was it the 1 yard kits? There was something, or those botanical garden kits. We sold out of those in 22 minutes.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, sorry, you know, so I don't know. We feel bad about that. We just never know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so there was no good thing. It was good. And then the other funny thing is that there was other people who said, you know, we've talked about this before too, that whole idea of God's hand. You know, we see God's hand in every day. There's something that happens. It's like, oh, that wasn't by accident. That wasn't by coincidence. And there were several people who said that was what I needed today, was to see that laughter and to hear, because a lot of you guys know Lori and Ben, who came up and they were here with us for the machine embroidery retreat. Was the one. Ben's mother passed away, and on the same day. And he just needed to hear about love and memories, and so Lori said it was actually comforting. And you know, there's different things where people that are grieving together and get through it together. And so anyway, you should go back when you have a minute and read some of the comments on YouTube. People, they love you and they were there for you, and we sure appreciate it. We Margo and I were talking about this because now we have a friend who's up here visiting from San Antonio, and it's that, you know, weird thing that people don't understand. It's like, well, how do you know each other? It's like, well, we've been friends for years. You know, I mean, we text and we email back and forth, and we have friends, and it doesn't matter how we know each other. And I think what's nice is that, you know, you guys feel like you know us, and you do. You know, this is who we are. We're just like this on camera and off camera, and so it's nice when somebody comes up to visit and they feel like they know us, and you know, they don't realize that we're totally different off camera, because we're not. Yeah, we're exactly the same. The only difference is that we don't really know this person in front of us.
We gotta catch up.
We have to catch up in the, you know, friendship. So we have, but it happens to us, I'll bet, every week. You know, somebody comes up and stays and visits for a little while, or, you know, whatever. And we're excited because, and this might be out of order, but I wanted to mention this, the end of the month, we're going down to Houston for Quilt Market. We'll be down on, the 25th or the 26th, and I think we're coming back on the 30th. But we're meeting up with Susan Smith and another friend. You know, we've been emailing and talking back and forth with Susan for years, and she's going to pick us up, and she's going to take us on our
little excursion,
little shop hop that first day that we get to Houston. So we're excited.
I'm excited about that because I wonder if she's going to take us to other places we don't know.
I don't know.
Because I feel like the shops that we usually visit, they're pretty big big name shops.
We used to visit. We used to visit Quakertown Quilts in Friendswood, but I think they're no longer there. But I think there was. She said there was another one in Friendswood, and then we used, what was the pony something pony, painted pony
Pink, maybe.
in LaPorte. And she mentioned that one, so we'll go to that one again.
And cactus quilts.
Cactus quilts. I couldn't find her. I hope she didn't close. She was my favorite.
I really liked it, yeah.
So
she inspired us a lot.
She
on
did.
how to, merchandise her. She had a really small shop, but she
super organized.
had it all figured out.
I'm hoping she's still there. I couldn't find her online, so I'm hoping she made it through COVID, because we always looked forward to seeing her, and then we would see her at market too, and so we'll find her. But the funniest thing is, we years and years ago, my gosh, probably 15 years ago, there was a bunch of us that went down to market together, Dawn and Rosalie and Patty and Thelma, a bunch of us, and there was this little shop that was, I think it was in Spring, Texas, and which is of course just south of Houston, and there was this little mini mall, and it had I think there was like a dress shop, and then I think there was like baby clothes, and it was all like on like this long strip, and there was tiny little shops, and there was a quilt shop and something else, but at the very, very end it was a kitchen shop. And so
I remember
she knows the story I'm going to tell. So we were shopping, and there was probably, I think there was 7 or 8 of us, and we go in there, and in this little kitchen shop they had some jellies and some preserves, different things that mustards, and you know how they do it where they have the little samples and they have the pretzels and you can taste everything. Well, they also had these little spoons. I knew you were going to need a laugh, so I brought it.
You brought it?
This was mine. See, I can make this girl laugh.
It's a great story. It's hilarious.
They had these little things. Now, us little country bumpkins up here, none of us had ever seen these little spoons. And what they were is, so, you can get your little sample, and then it has this little hook, and it hooks right on the side of the bowl, where you're serving it. And so, we looked at and tasted the mustards and the whatever, but what we were really interested in was a spoon. So here's this little sales gal here, and she says, "Oh, well, I have those here," so she pulls out these boxes, and I said, "Oh, I'll take one," and I think you were there, and maybe Thelma, "Oh, I'll take one. And then she pulls out a couple more. She says, "Well, these are discontinued, and Christmas is coming, and I only have 6 of these left." And it's like, "Oh my God, my goodness, I'll take 2 more." And Thelma, "Oh, I'll take 2 more. Oh, great. Okay, good." So then, we're all excited because we got the last ones, and we were able to get them. And so we go, and our friends come in, and Rosalie, who you've met, and Dawn, and they come in, and we show them, and all of a sudden she comes out of the back room and she says, "You know what? I found 6 more. There's 6, we have some left." And so Dawn goes, "Oh my gosh, thank goodness.
I need them.
I need some." And Rosalie, "Oh, I need some too." Well, they're perfect for gifts, because they were like, I don't know, $6.95, $7.99.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't very much, and you don't even think anything of it. "Oh yeah, we'll take those." So we take those, and then of course there's more in our group, and they come in, and we're showing, and she disappears in the back room, and she comes back out, and she goes, "Oh my goodness, there was a few more." And I don't know why we never caught on. She was totally just playing us, that there's that whole thing that when it's the last one, you really feel like you have to have it. So which I think I even grabbed like another one, because sure enough, 3. I have 3. And
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
And so we all paid for them, and we all, left, and and this was like the last one, and so we all were excited. And I think at some point, and they were kind of going, "I bet
We were totally played."
But so we all go down, and, we go back to the quilt shop, and there's like, again, these 5 stores. And for some reason, I went all the way back to this back kitchen store. I think there was like a cookbook that I was thinking about and had talked myself out of it. And it's like, dang it, I'm going to go back and get it. So I went all the way back, and here she is, restocking. And she just looked at me and it's like, I don't care.
I still want my spoons.
You're brilliant, and I've got some respect for you, so it's all right. And I'm happy with my silly spoons. And this is just the ones I have left. I did gift these for Christmas. So anyway, just Houston. Good memories in Houston. I'm looking forward to going back and, the birds.
Yeah, the birds. Luckily, we don't have to walk the birds anymore.
We don't, because we're staying right there at the Hilton, which is attached, so we don't have to go out.
We used to stay at the Magnolia.
8 blocks, and and
we just
scary.
Walked big old scary birds. Well, they're starlings, so they weren't big, but there was a lot of them.
Creepy. Yeah. And there's the river of poop on the cars.
The one thing I always remember is I've never watched the birds. I've never watched this. Like, no, I've lived it. It's fine. But you get up to this tree, and they're just going at it. You get to the tree, like right at the little drip line, and they stop. Silence. They're still in the tree.
As you're walking.
They did not fly off. And then once you get past the other side of the drip line,
That's right.
Crazy.
There's like 50 to 100 We'll take a video for you.
Let's see if we
what
can
we're
find
going to do we'll have to walk outside.
We'll have to walk
While we're in Houston, we'll do, so we're flying out that last Wednesday. We'll film FabriChat and we'll film box opening before we go, so you'll see us on Wednesday. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we'll do some, maybe little not minis. Live, but we'll do some little minis, and we'll post, day 1 at market, day 2, and we'll show you some stuff. But we'll show you these starlings if you're not familiar with downtown Houston. And maybe they've done, I don't know what you can do about it, short of, again, cats. Because turkey, they've got it figured out. Yeah, they do not have that trouble at all. But yeah, it's creepy.
Yeah. And crazy way.
All right, let's see. Let's go back for just a minute. I want to go back and talk about Margo just a little bit more. And I know you guys hear about Margo all the time. And I'm just going to say again that I say this to everyone. Everyone needs to know what Margo knows. Mm-hmm. Margo has dedicated her the last 30 years, 25 to 30 years of figuring this whole thing out with, the way that our brain files things away and the way that we recall things and the emotions involved in that. And, she talks about that we are constantly in this state of fight or flight just because that's how we are programmed, and that we're always on the alert for bad things, for that saber-toothed tiger to come out from behind the rock or whatever. And it's why whenever we're driving along, we will notice a car accident and slow down, because we're programmed that way, that this could be danger, this could be something bad, and we want to know all about it. But there might be a beautiful river or mountain or sunset on the other side of us, and we're not programmed to look at that. And so that's her whole thing, is to just change that a little bit and take us out of that fight or flight and into rest and digest, where we can really just have a happier, more pleasant existence, and some of those things that tend to keep taking us back into that. So so she does, whenever somebody comes to town, and in fact, Linda tonight is going for her 2-hour massage and little coaching session with Margo. I gift that to everybody who comes to see us, my gift of Margo, your Margo minute, even though it's more than a minute. But anyway, she has her second retreat coming up the first weekend in November. And she's like us in that, you can't just go online and just pay for it. You have to email her or go to her website, and you can click for the information, because she kind of wants to chat with you a little bit. It's only $899, and it covers everything. All of the classes and the stuff is all day, 5 days, 4 nights, all of your food, all of your lodging, all of your materials, all of your everything. And and I mentioned this also, I am not a paid spokesperson for Margo. I just think that all of my friends need to know what she knows. So if you have chronic pain, that's what she helped me with. If you have chronic pain, anxiety, grief, and not acute grief is a normal thing, but if you are just kind of stuck and you need help getting past something.
Well, this is like best friend Deb. She was stuck for a while after losing Raymond, and
Right.
She did a lot better.
Over a year and still angry.
Yeah.
Angry and not, it's like, no, let's just,
Yeah.
move to where, and again, and even Margo has said to her, no one can tell you how to grieve, but let's see if we can, make that a little bit easier. So anyway, I just like to mention, I know she still has a few spots left, and I want my friends to be reminded about Margo. So anyway, we'll put a little link down there, and just remember, if you're going through that grief, that helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like give yourself a little hug.
Yeah, and she told me, I was talking about you this morning, she said, will you give Brianna a big hug from me? And I did.
Yes.
Which then caused tears. But then it's that hug yourself and hold yourself, just like when you have physical pain, because that's what it is. So all right, let's see. So I wanted to mention Margo. I wanted to mention Houston. The other thing, too, is that if some of you, if we have I know we have a lot of friends in Texas. And if some of you guys are down there and, willing to meet us at the shop, email me, Cindy@FabricPatch.net, and we will tell you where we're going to be. And because it'll be Susan, me, Brianna, and Lori, and we'll let you know where we're going to have lunch or what shops we're going to be at, and it'd be fun just to kind of hook up a little bit and hang out a little bit, and then we'll be at market the rest of the time. But on Thursday, whatever date that Thursday, it must be the 31, 28, 27th?
27. Yeah. Because I think 27th is our schoolhouse. And then market, and then we go home. Yeah,
because we're flying home.
Late.
We're flying home late Sunday. We were going to wait and come home on Monday, but
we couldn't get good flights, and I'd miss trunk or treating with the babies.
I know.
And they've already picked out their costumes. And Harper is so excited to be Sky from Paw Patrol.
Aww.
Her little puppy tail. She's like, when are you going to wear that? It's like, we'll wear it maybe just a couple days before Halloween and then put it back. And I don't know why it is. I don't remember. He has two costumes because he's got one that we got that's still a little too big because he's little shorty pants. This is like some sort of I think he's like Optimus Prime or something is the one that's too big.
Fun.
And then I think he is, what did he pick out? I think he might have picked out like Catboy from PJ Masks.
He loves Catboy.
Or
he shows you how fast he runs.
Yeah.
Watch me.
I'm the Flash. He's knocking things down. No.
Woo! Didn't you see it?
Wait, 5. So I'm a bullet.
He's so cute.
So,
they're gonna spend the weekend with Nana and Papa this weekend.
Yes.
And Papa has some vacuuming for him to do. So.
Oh, he'll love it. He'll suck up it all.
Yeah, with the big old shop vac.
Yeah, it's way cooler with a shop vac.
Yeah.
Remind me, I'll bring him some.
His earphones. Yeah.
He's got really good earphones.
But
yeah, and he'll dirt, pile of dirt, rocks, or anything to suck up. He's your man.
Yeah. He loves the vacuum. Cutie. All right, so we do have a couple other things. So we have a question from Chris Click. And she was talking about the frogs. A lot of you guys asked about the frogs. So the frogs, and we've showed these multiple times, but on the bra auction, Barb made 2 of these. She did end up making her 3rd one, so the 3rd one is on its way to Debbie Dobbins. I think they would have been fun if she would put a bra on them, but fun. But they were, pretty pink ones, and the frogs are kind of fun. And of course, we had pointed out that FROG stands for Forever Rely on God, And so it's nice if you are a little frog collector anyway. And so she had a couple of questions. She asked about if this was a PDF or an individual pattern, and it no longer is. We can only do PDFs of our patterns because we don't have the rights to be able to copy it and send copies. And this was an original pattern, but now that they have it in a book, they don't sell it that way. So the pattern was $9, but now for, oh, sorry, I've got spoons everywhere. But now for $16, you get not only the frog, which I think, oh yeah, it's pictured, well, it's back here too. But you get, there's like 9 other things in here. And the book is It Takes Two. And it's because it's projects that take 2 fat quarters. So there's little bags in here. There's little, this is a little cute, oops, sorry. A cute little thing that, for your sewing machine, and anyway, all kinds of cute little projects that are fairly fast and great for gifting. But this is the book that has the frog in it. There is not a pattern or a PDF. Her other question was, what do you stuff it with and how much is in there? And she wanted me to weigh it, but I think what's funny is I'm going to say that it's 2 cups.
Not really.
Do you think it's more than that?
So this one that we're holding, this one's filled with poly pellets. It's something that we don't sell. It's just really heavy to ship. Joann's, Walmart, any craft store carries poly pellets or little plastic beads.
Little plastic, little balls.
Yeah, that's it. And it gives you that weight. So if you are someone who likes the weighted blankets or likes that little extra, if you need the frog to give you some love, I should get mine out for love. I have a little Marilyn Monroe one in my sewing room. I should get her. So you can do poly pellets that's going to make it weighted. Or if you take the cute, if you do like wool eyes or felt eyes, you can put rice in it and you could heat them up, freezer, whatever. So you can really use it as if you need for sore muscles
for
or whatever.
wounds.
But with your buttons, you worry that even if it's like Swarovski crystals or whatever, they're going to get either super hot or they could melt or do something bad to your microwave. So you could do more like fabric eyeballs and put rice in them.
If you wanted to heat it up. Yeah. And I don't know that it's 2 cups.
It depends on what you want.
We don't fill them, stuff them all the way full because, of course, you can see that since he's not.
I think.
How much do you think is in there?
And this one, I feel like this one's super stuffed.
This one is fuller than we normally do because that makes them posable when so, there might be 3 cups in here, but that was what she wanted to know. She said, "Can you weigh it? Is it possible for you to weigh one you have there? I want to make a few, but also I want to know what size package of the pellets I'll need." Ooh. And I think that there was a smaller package because we used to carry it, but what happened was it was shipping prohibitive. Even when we ordered it, it cost us more to purchase it and get it to us than what we could sell it for. So that's why we stopped selling it. But I think that those little packages, you could do 2 frogs. And then I think it also comes in like a 10-pound package. But you can also use rice. You can also use beans. People talk a lot and say, oh my gosh, if you do that, you attract rodents. And we've talked about this before. If you have rodents in your house, you've already lost the battle and they're in your kitchen. So it's not really going to matter. So it just sort of depends. But
yeah.
Anyway, so that's the answers about what's in it and how much.
And you can also just do plain old stuffing. If you're like, oh, I don't care that it's weighted, I just think they're really cute. You could just do stuffing.
Oh, you could. I love that they're so posable. Yeah, because that's what causes, if you notice, that's what causes him to sit up, is the weight. I think if he was stuffed, he wouldn't do that at all.
No, I think he'd just be a little soft toy.
No, he needs, and the poly pellets, and did we mention this? It makes him washable.
Yeah.
You know, you can throw him in the washer, throw him in the dryer, and he comes out looking just like that. But, of course, rice or beans,
don't want to give them wet.
Not so much.
And my advice, when you sew around the outer edge to the outline of your frog, make your stitches a little tighter or double stitch all of that because you just can't help but squeeze her. So, So we've had a few that because we hide around the shop for little people, and we have to stitch them back up because they got a little too much love and got a leak. So,
and we've done so many things. Some have piercings, some have tattoos.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah. We have Christmas ones. So, they are pretty fun to make, pretty addicting. And it's all, I don't know if you can tell on that edge there, but it's a raw edge. So you're not doing any whip stitching or hand sewing of any kind. So anyway. All right, Chris, thanks for the question with that. And then, all right, let's see. So let's talk about the quilt behind us. So this one was from Dragonfly Dreams, and you're going to have a better picture of this at the end.
Yes,
so they
I
can
will.
see it, because I think we're
Dragonfly Dreams. We saw it on Wednesday, right? Wednesday night? I don't know. It's all mushed together. I have no idea. You saw it recently. It's from Northcott. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We got more patterns in. It's called Chain of Geese. We just ordered it direct from the pattern designer, so she's sending those, and they have this cover on them, which is really good because we also cut more kits because you guys had asked about it. The only difference is it's more peach. So you can see how this dragonfly piece is more on the pinky side. This one's the peach one.
And this is kind of almost magenta-ish.
Not quite as purpley.
This one is that one. So you almost won't notice. It is still that same line, but by the time we had cut the first 8 kits, sold a bunch of the fabric, we had enough to do 8 more out of this colorway. So we probably will not mention this tonight at the box opening.
Right.
We'll give you guys the chance to go ahead and
get what you want.
Yeah, get what you want, because
it'll go fast. We had a lot of people asking if we were going to make more kits, what we were going to do. So yeah, we did decide we had enough to make a bit more. Yeah. And if you're like, oh my gosh, I feel like I've never seen this fabric before, there is still yardage, a little bit of yardage
Not
available.
a lot.
Yeah, it's slowly been picked throughout the week, but I think there's a little bit of the running yardage. Is she up to? Oh, I think it is. It's supposed to be late to Doug or Doug to late, but
not that it matters. But
and there's also some of the extra wide of it left.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
And so the kits are put together this way, but you could easily add extra yardage if you wanted to.
Because your kit is gonna make, it's like 54 by 68 or something. So if you got a few extra yards for borders, you'd have plenty to make it bigger. But yeah.
All right. I think, National Day. You know, I hadn't been mentioning that, and it's funny, some people have been
because we feel like it's all deja vu. We feel like
I know, because we've been celebrating National Days for a couple of years, where it's like, oh my gosh, what day is it today? And we do. And so it's funny that it's like, oh yeah, I remember this last year, what we did or whatever. But this year, let's see, today is National Farmers Day.
Always a good day.
National Gumbo Day. Mm-hmm. It's not a mistake that we're once again thinking about Lori and Ben and thinking about you guys. And National Gumbo Day, I'm going to make you some gumbo. Because...
Oh, I keep forgetting to bring you your pot. It's sitting on my stove, all clean. The one you did the whole chicken one with me. For me. I was at your house doing something.
Oh, I wondered where that was.
I still have it. It's clean. It's sitting there. I just keep forgetting to grab it. And that you can make my gumbo in that.
And it's not some surprise that your sweet, loving husband, make sure Brianna eats a good lunch today. She's not been eating much at home, and I worry about her.
I know. He's very worried about
me. His
little
sweet little heart.
I did.
What a great man.
Yeah. He's a really good guy.
Well, it's going to be gumbo for dinner. I don't know. Do you think the baby's going to be okay with some gumbo?
Well, spicy.
She's going to be kicking you. Hey, she needs to come in. If she's going to survive in this family, she's going to have to be okay with spice.
Because Harper's #1 favorite thing is taco sauce. Taco sauce. Taco sauce.
It's on everything.
Everything.
It's also National Bring Your Teddy Bear to Work Day or to school.
Right. Or your frog.
Frog. It's National Curves Day.
We all got some of those.
Boom. I'm going to be celebrating that all day. It is also, and I'm excited about this, National Take Your Parents to Lunch Day.
There you go. That it is.
Well, there's one parent that you work with, so I'm in. We'll let you know tonight.
We'll let Pa have some
goes.
leftovers.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so I've got lunch going. You'll get to eat something good.
Yes.
So,
I know.
All right, you guys.
Love you guys.
All right. Love you guys. And we'll see you guys in a couple hours. We'll see you guys tonight.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at fabricpatch.net.